My name is Denise Miller. I'm Sam's mom. Sam, I'm very, very proud of you. You made it to the finals. And I hope that you do really good, the best that you can. Thank you.
Perfect. Blow this up.
First ever Black History Trivia Contest. Tonight you will witness some of Woodward Academy's finest students in grades 6 through 8 competing to win trophies and monetary prizes from $25 to $75. You are definitely in for a treat tonight, so sit back and relax and enjoy the show. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mr. Diggs. Can these students hear me? Can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, before we begin, I'd like to say that we remind you to listen to the questions very carefully, listen to the categories.
That's my mom.
Okay, the first category, number 1. Okay, the first category that you have is historic organization. This late 1966 organization combined Marxist socialism with black nationalism. Number 2. Your category is famous African Americans. Struggling with dyslexia, this political activist, singer, and actor dropped out of high school after the 9th grade to become the first African American to receive an Emmy Award.
Who is here in Bell County?
That is correct. category, famous African Americans. This black scientist was quoted as saying, "It has always been the great deal or ideal of my life to be of the greatest good to the greatest number of my people." Same category, famous African American. After receiving her law degree, she served as an assistant U.S. attorney for the Northern District of Illinois. In 1992, she won the election to the U.S. Senate, becoming the first African American woman to serve in that body. That is incorrect.
Yeah. Be more fun for us.
Your category is the slave trade. Listen carefully. From 1520 to 1860, an estimated 11 to 12 million of them were forcibly embarked on European vessels for a life of slavery in the Western Hemisphere.
Who was the question?
I'll repeat the question. That is, I'll repeat the answer. Listen carefully. Listen carefully. From 1520 to 1860, an estimated 11 to 12 million of them were forcibly embarked on European vessels for a life of slavery in the Western Hemisphere.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say. I'm supposed to say true or false or because it's not. It's not like asking me a question, so I know what I'm supposed to say. Put myself in my head.
1860. An estimated 11 to 12 million of them were forcibly embarked on European vessels for a life of slavery in the Western Hemisphere.
Who were the African? Not the African. Were the Africans?
Who were the Africans? Your category is historic organizations. He was first before the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee to use the term Black Power.
Who is Ella Clinton Jr.?
Can you repeat that? is incorrect. Your category is famous African Americans. This famous civil rights activist was appointed the second American to be named UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador.
Can you repeat that?
Yes, I will. Listen carefully. This famous civil rights activist was appointed the second American to be named UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador.
Yes, Harry Belafonte.
That is correct. Again, the category of famous African Americans. The daughter of a South Carolina minister and a graduate of Yale Law School. She began her civil rights career working for the NAACP in Mississippi and would go on to found the Children's Defense Fund.
Who is Carol Brown Moses?
That is incorrect. You should be knowing that kind of information. Because of the slave trade, Africa suffered a devastating population decline and loss of productivity. This great tragedy led to the onset of a new form of enslavement. Would you like for me to repeat the question?
Yes.
Because of the slave trade, Africa suffered a devastating population decline and loss of productivity. This great tragedy led to the onset of a new form of enslavement. Okay, the category is famous African Americans. She helped organize the Poor People's March on Washington, D.C. in 1968. She ranks as the foremost advocate of children's rights and interests in the United States.
Who is Marion Wright Edelman?
That is correct. Your category is famous African Americans. He was drawn to the civil rights work while selling insurance in an impoverished Mississippi Delta region. He led economic boycotts to fight discrimination.
Who is Negroes?
That is correct. The category is famous African Americans. At the 1968 Democratic Convention, his name was placed in nomination for the vice presidency but he was too young to meet the constitutional age requirement and had to withdraw.
Who is Julian Bond?
That is correct. She was good at mathematics and was given a bookkeeping job on a Texas cotton plantation. She was respectfully known as Brave Bessie after receiving her international flying license.
Who is Bessie Coleman?
That's correct. The category is the Underground Railroad. It was in existence as early as the 1780s, and while the constitutional conventions were happening throughout the 13 colonies, this network sprang up to aid runaway slaves. Did you want me to read it again? Listen carefully. It was in existence as early as the 1780s, and while the Constitutional Convention were happening throughout the 13 colonies, this network sprang up to aid runaway slaves.
I don't know.
Thank you. Your category is famous African Americans. After taking a course in manicuring, her first job was a manicurist at the White Sox barber shop in Chicago. Listening to customers, she went to flying school.
Who is Bessie Coleman?
That's correct. A famous African American. He became an NAACP field secretary in 1954. In 1963, he was assassinated in the driveway of his home.
Who is Medgar Evers?
Correct. Your head is, your category is legal organizations. Legal organizations. It is identified as a national coalition working to strengthen the public interest community and build the next generation of advocates.
Alliance for Justice. Alliance for Justice.
That is absolutely right. Okay, your category is historic organizations. Please listen to the answer. To support the first decade of the 20th century's black migration to the northern cities from the South, The National Urban League was formed under their leadership. Would you like that I would repeat these? To support the first decade, let me start over again. To support the first decade of the 20th century's black migration to northern cities from the South, the National Urban League was formed under their leadership. Thank you. During the 1960s, this political belief in economics and in self-help, having its roots in Alabama, emerges as a black political party.
What is Black Power?
Correct.
Good focus.
The category is famous African American. This Alabama native, starting out from the Negro Leagues, considered by some to have been the best to have played the game of baseball, holds the record for runs batted in with 2,297 and Gold Gloves awards in 1958, 1959, and 1960.
Who was named Aaron?
That's correct. President Lyndon B. Johnson first used this concept in his 1965 executive order that federal contractors ensure job applicants and employees are treated without regard to race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. That was the answer. Is it clear that I read it again? President Lyndon B. Johnson first used this concept in his 1965 executive order that federal contractors ensure job applicants and employees are treated without regard to race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. Thank you. Famous African Americans. He earned an unusual name because of his huge appetite. A jazz innovator who explored bebop music and is respected internationally for his contributions in jazz.
Julian Edwin Adams. popularly known as Cannonball.
Very good. Okay, for this next category, legal organization, is very important that you give the complete name. You must provide the complete name. All right? It supports litigation on behalf of women and racial minorities by representing both individuals and civil rights groups in cases involving discrimination. This next category is famous African Americans. Now, let me caution you on this. You must provide the name and the city. Okay, so remember that when you hear the answer. Okay? You must provide the name and the city. He becomes the first African-American president of this major city's Board of Elections in 1972. Then, in 1989, he was elected the city's first black mayor.
Who is David Dickens in Williams, New York?
Absolutely correct. Okay, famous African Americans. This black all-star athlete finally made it to the major leagues in 1954, playing for the Milwaukee Braves.
Who is named Hank Aaron?
That's correct. Okay, this category is under the slave trade. We'll do the slave trade. Please listen. This group in 1658 issued a petition declaring that slavery was incompatible with Christian principles, and they urged others to avoid the slave trade.
Was the Quakers?
Correct. Famous African Americans. When Martin Luther King was in the Birmingham City Jail, he bailed Dr. King out.
Who is Mary Bell Compton?
That's right. Okay, please listen to this category to the answer under slave trade. This was the estimated count of those Africans that survived the Atlantic crossing to be purchased in the New World.
What is the transatlantic slave trade?
That is incorrect.
Because it's by now. Oh, I see. There's some behind the road.
All right. Historic organization. It is an organization that has in the past pressured white-owned organizations to hire minority employees.
Repeat.
Yes. It is an organization that has in the past pressured white-owned organizations to hire minority employees.
What is Operation Push?
Correct. All right, this is famous African Americans. He received the Nobel Peace Prize in 1950. After achieving international acclaim when he negotiated a ceasefire in the 1948 Arab-Israeli War.
Who was Ralph Bunche?
That's correct. Okay, the category is legal organizations. It is an organization that focuses on reaching local religious communities throughout the United States and provides assistance to local broadcasters.
What is the National Religious Broadcast System? Institute?
I'm sorry. All right, famous African Americans into that category. This black college had its beginnings as a normal and industrial school and would go on to merge with an all-boys school during the early 20th century.
What is the Dunham Clifton College?
The category is slave trade. So listen carefully. In colonial North America, the first whites to oppose slavery were members of this religious society of friends.
Was the Quakers?
That is correct. The category is historical organization. Please listen. This organization, modeled on the SCLC's Operation Breadbasket, focused its efforts on economic issues supporting minority businesses.
Repeat the question.
This organization, modeled on the SCLC's Operation Breadbasket, focused its efforts on economic issues supporting minority businesses.
What is Operation Push?
Correct. The category is legal organization. Legal organization. This African American legal organization provides educational information on health, culture, and public policy issues affecting Black children and families.
What is the National Black Child Development Institute?
Category 2 is legal organizations. Please listen. These law students are united to meet the needs of Black people within their profession and Black people in general.
What is the National Black Law Student Association?
Correct. Category is famous African Americans. Famous African Americans. Famous African Americans. At the age of 7, she picked up a book in the house where her mother worked. The white owners snatched the book from her and told her Negroes can't read.
Could you repeat the question?
At the age of 7, she picked up a book in the house where her mother worked. The white owners snatched the book from her and told her Negroes can't read.
Was Mary Bethune?
That's correct. The category is legal organization. Legal organization. This national group facilitates communication among the different church denominations.
What is the National Black Evangelical Association?
Correct. The category is historic organizations. Historic organizations. During the early 1900s, with the great Black migrations to the cities of the North, 3 major organizations would help these newcomers adjust to urban life. They would soon merge to form a most important organization.
Was the National Urban League?
Correct. historic organizations under the heading of historic organizations. These two men found this organization in the late 1960s in California to provide nationwide support and self-defense for blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and others.
What is the Black Panther Party self-defense?
You just gonna sit up, stand up, boy. He got it in trouble. I'm trying to see what they're reading.
Okay, Sam, I'm going to read the question. Okay? What I want are the names of the two men.
Oh.
You gotta listen now. These two men found this organization in the late 1960s in California to provide nationwide support and self-defense for blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and others.
Who is Bobby Seale?
That's correct.
Hey, man, you recording monster.
Okay, now, this category is historical organization. You must provide the name in full. Full name must be provided. A group of 60 African Americans, that is, a group of 60 African American leaders in January 1957 founded this leadership conference at Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta, Georgia.
What is Southern Christian Leadership Conference?
That's correct. Your category is historical organization. Please listen to the answer. This was the image chosen by the Black Power movement of the 1960s.
What is the Black Panther?
That's correct. Is a slave trip. Now, please listen to the answer wherever you go. About 9 to 10 million Africans survived this crossing to be purchased in the New World.
What is transatlantic slave trade?
And the category is the slave trade. This second leg of the transatlantic slave trade marked the beginning of a terrifying experience for captured Africans between Africa and the Americas that claimed the lives of millions over a period of about 350 years.
What is the real passage?
Correct. Organization. It represents 6 major African American denominations. Sponsors the National Fellowship Program for Black pastors to develop future leaders.
What is the Congress of Black Churches?
If you get that wrong, Sam Miller. I don't know the number of your question. No, because he did before Sam. They did. Yeah, number 11, 12.
Okay, I'm sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, we asked to get this correct.
That's not fair because he was close.
The category is legal organizations. Same answer. It represents 6 major African American denominations. Sponsors the National Fellowship Program for Black pastors to develop future leaders.
What is the Congress of National Black Churches?
You as tutor, how you feel?
Yeah, I'm feeling good right about now. My boy took home the gold.
Okay, this is a wonderful job. So proud of all of our junior high students because if you know anything about children, junior high is a very tough age. They're going through hormonal changes and it's really not cool to be in a contest up here in junior high school. That's not the cool thing to do. So these students went the extra mile despite classmates laughing at them, talking about it's not going to be anything. These students went the extra mile. And Sam, I've been knowing him since he was in the 3rd grade. And since 3rd grade, he has been an African American history buff. And not only that, he reads about other cultures as well. So I am extremely proud of him. And it's been years ago where people thought Sam was just going to end up as nothing. And I'm not going to cry. Garden's over there crying because we saw him come a long way. And we are so very proud of him. And all of these contestants.
All right.
Sam, I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of my sweethearts as a 4th place winner. And she's so good in class too. Jewel Johnson. And here with us, Emmanuel. I am so proud. Second place, 8th grader, Cameron Ware.
Yeah.
The young man who quizzed, who went around and told everybody upstairs, oh,
had to chase him and make him go back to class. He told the lunch people the questions and the answers. And I get Mr. Alexander, anybody he could get, he told Mr. Sam Miller.
All right. Yeah.
Parents of all of our contestants this year.
On behalf of all the contestants, not just the winners here, we need a round of applause for everyone. Our kids work very hard, very hard. And this is demonstrated by the performance they put on here today. And I've only been here a year, and I know this means a lot to the winners, but I know Sam's worked extremely hard. A lot of times he has a difficult time in school, but he certainly stood up to the test, and congratulations, Sam. On behalf of our administration, Ms. James was unable to be here tonight. Her husband has been ill for quite a while, and she wanted us to express a few things to you tonight. There's so many people we need to congratulate and thank for helping us put this together. And first, I'd like to mention the teachers committee that put this organization here. They worked very hard. The first middle school Black History Trivia Contest. The first one we had and many more. Sam Miller, this is your moment. Please we certainly like to thank you all for coming out here, man. This has been a very good occasion for us. We certainly appreciate the support, and we look forward to having this many, many more years. Thank you very much for coming out.
Speech, Sam.
We have taken another step. We have refreshments for all the parents. One last announcement, please.
So were you sweating, Mom?
Yes, I was sweating. I was shaking my leg and everything.
Your boy was confident.
Yes, I am so happy. I am so happy for him. Thank you.